We're within video. We're going to look at the Stormbringer talent tree for Enhancement Shaman in particular. I did a video a couple days ago, yesterday, about Ellie Shaman comparing Farseer and Stormbringer. We don't have the other side of Enhancement Shaman yet. That would be Totemic. We don't have that yet. I will do a comparison on that later, but I do want to talk about the Stormbringer build all from the enhancements point of view, because it's pretty important, in my opinion, and especially for me. If you guys have followed some of my content, you know that I absolutely love the Stormstrike Deeply Rooted Elements build for Enhanced. So we're going to talk about that today. I'm going to just show you a little bit of dummy footage. I don't have any dungeons. I've been trying to queue into dungeons for the last like 2 hours, and I have been unsuccessful. So we're just going to show you this for now, and I'll do some dungeon footage another day. So how does the Stormbringer build work for Enhancement Shaman? Well, we are not taking any of the fire stuff. I've even opted to not take Lava Lash and not have Flame Shock on my bars. Now, this could be a mistake, but I'm just doing a bunch of testing. It's alpha. This is when you got to feel this stuff out and just kind of go for it. So I wanted to see what kind of talent tree I could make for Enhancement Shaman. So I've gotten rid of Lava Lash. We have nothing on the fire side. We've got Storm Flurry, of course. I am taking Ice Strike with Swirling Maelstrom for some extra Maelstrom weapon stack generation. My thought here is that you're going to combine this with 1 point in Elemental Assault to help give you an extra stacks of Maelstrom weapon if you need them. My experience so far in an AoE test is that you don't have to press almost anything other than Storm Strike, Crash Lightning, and Chain Lightning. And then you're going to be pressing Tempest. Tempest is the new ability that you get. This will replace Lightning Bolt after you spend 40 Maelstrom weapon stacks. So that's 4 spenders, because you're going to get up to 10 stacks, right? Then your next Lightning Bolt becomes Tempest. Now, a couple of just disclaimers before I jump into this video, of course, or into the DPS here. I'm 437 item level. This is just don't look at the numbers, okay? I know some of you guys are gonna be like, oh, this is garbage. Please just stop right now. Don't look at the numbers. I'm 437 item level. I have 26% haste. This build requires like 35+% haste. Lightning Rod is not working either. This is this conductive energy talent. This is not working. This would represent an enormous amount of damage, I think. Once they get this working, it's going to be really good. But just keep that in mind, guys, okay? It's all testing. What we really want to check today is, can you sort of execute a Stormstrike build that feels fluid and feels, good, without having to take all the annoying talents that we have to take right now, like the Primordial Wave line, which we're forced to take right now in Dragonflight because of the tier set bonus. So can we prune the tree, get rid of Lava Lash, get rid of Primordial Wave, take all the other cool stuff that we want, like our Storm's Wrath, Storm Blast, Doom Winds, getting 1 point in Ellie Assault, maybe getting some Alpha Wolves, right? Can we do all that, and will it actually feel good to play? We can check the numbers later. We just want to see how it feels to play. So let's just dive right in. If you don't know how the Stormbringer tree works, basically we get Tempest every fourth spender. Our next one will be a Tempest, and then every time we press Storm Strike, Lightning Bolt, or Chain Lightning, there's also a chance that we'll just get a Tempest, okay? Couple of notes here. When I'm in a Deeply Rooted Elements proc, remember that it is automatically going to discharge either Lightning Bolt or Chain Lightning, depending on what I press last. Tempest is called Tempest. It's not called Lightning Bolt or Chain Lightning. I know that's obvious, but I'm saying that because it doesn't seem to be interfering with whatever I've chosen to cast last. If I'm casting Chain Lightning and my DRE goes off, my Deeply Rooted procs, and I have a Tempest at the same time, I can freely press Tempest and then go back to Wind Striking, and it will keep pressing Chain Lightning. It will not press Lightning Bolt, because Tempest replaces Lightning Bolt. So the fear is that you would have to like juggle that in the middle of a pull. You do not have to do that, okay? That's a very important quality of life. You're not, it's slightly niche, but I'm telling you right now, it's actually a very important quality of life. So here we go. Just watch how it feels to play, okay? We go Feral Spirits, Crash Lightning, Storm Strike. We'll go Doom Winds into Sundering. Okay, then we'll go Storm Strike and Chain Lightning. And we got a Tempest proc. We're going to press it. Boom, there's a Tempest proc. It gives us a Wolf. Okay, we have an extra Nature Wolf right now. And so there's another Tempest proc. I actually have 3 Chain Lightnings I have to get rid of first. Then I'm going to go Tempest. Oh, never mind. I'll show you that in a second. This is one thing. Tempest is not lighting up right now. You know, when you get your Maelstrom weapon stack, see how my Chain Lightning is lit up? It is not doing that right now. I've submitted that as a bug, and hopefully Blizzard fixes it, because I can't tell if my Tempest proc is ready to go yet or not, right? I really can't tell. So anyway, the point is, if you look at the gameplay, it's very fluid. It's very smooth. I've only had to press Ice Strike once, and that is a really good sign. That is a sign that we have lots of Maelstrom. Here's 10 stacks here. There's Tempest. Oh, we got another Tempest proc right away. Now, this is a bit of an issue because I want to spend my 3 Chain Lightnings that I got, and then I want to press Tempest again. So there's a bit of a problem there. It's a little bit clunky in that regard if you get back-to-back Tempest procs where you're trying to consume this Chain Lightning buff that you get. Oh, I keep doing that. Here we go. There's Tempest. We haven't got a DRE proc yet, have we? We'll get one. There we go. DRE is going to cast Chain Lightning because that's what I've been casting, right? There's a Tempest proc right in the middle of it. That's okay. You can still do it. Hopefully I can get a proc on Ascendance here and show you guys if you get a if you're in Deeply Rooted and you press Tempest, it's not going to be bad for you. I don't know why I did Sunring before Doom Winds. Don't ever do that. I'm just trigger happy. Okay, I'm going to hold my Tempest charge for a second here. I have Tempest ready to go. You can see it. I want to get a Deeply Rooted proc if possible. We got 24 seconds left, so lots of time. I must have got another proc, actually. I'm just going to hold it so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. And, of course, it's going to take forever to give me a Deeply Rooted proc because that's how this game always goes. As soon as you want to show the audience something, it's like, nah, maybe not. There's an Ice Strike. There's another Chain Lightning. But other than that, guys, this is very smooth. Your wolves are up all the time because you have 2 points into Witch Doctor Wolf Bones, which is great. That feels really, really good. There's DRE, and then I'm going to press Tempest. I press Tempest, then I'm going to press... I'm still casting Chain Lightning. See, the Chain Lightning is still going off, so it does not convert me back to Lightning Bolt. That's the main thing I wanted to show you there. It's really important because inside of Deeply Rooted elements, you do want to press Tempest if it's up. That is very important. You absolutely want to press it if it's up because this thing represents a lot of damage, and you don't want to have another proc. From what I can see, I kind of wish that Tempest could stack up to 2 times because right now, as soon as Tempest procs, you need to unload it right away. But sometimes you won't have 5 stacks of Maelstrom weapon like ready to go right away. It'll take you a couple seconds to get that built up again. So then it's like, crap, like I really don't want to have another one proc on me for free and then waste it. So it would be kind of nice. One of my feedbacks to Blizzard would maybe be that if Tempest could get 2 charges accumulating, that would be really nice. And then I'm not overriding one. But anyway, the bottom line is it doesn't interfere with how Thorum's works when you get a Deeply Rooted proc. And that is a big deal because that could just screw over the whole thing. It would feel incredibly clunky. One thing that does feel a little bit clunky, as I was telling you, is that Arc Discharge. Again, when you Tempest Strike, your next 3 Chain Lightnings are instant cast and do way more damage. 75% more damage is a lot. But that means that I need to try and unload those Chain Lightnings before my next Tempest proc happens. And you saw, honestly, right there, a couple times in a row, I had another Tempest proc ready to go before I was done unloading my Arc Discharge Chain Lightning. So I almost wish this was like your next 2 Chain Lightnings did 125% more damage. 3 is like too many GCDs almost to have to press. So I do kind of wish Blizzard would just lower this a little bit and move it to 2 Chain Lightnings instead of 3, and then just buff the damage even more. Actually, I don't even care if they buff the damage, but just, it's too much. It's too many Chain Lightnings to have to press in a row, in my opinion, because in AoE, you are just generating resources like crazy, and you're going to be proccing Tempest a lot. In single target, it wouldn't be an issue, but you're probably not going to take this in single target. You might still, I guess, because having Chain Lightning do 75% more damage is a lot. That means your Chain Lightning is going to do, it does 11.6 thousand right now. My Lightning Bolt does 18,000. It's not that different, right? If this does 75% more damage, it's way more damage. It's going to be doing, let's add another 8K onto that. It's going to do 19, almost 20,000 damage. This only does 18,000 damage. So this might honestly be better in single target right now as well, which is a little bit goofy because there's a whole other talent here, Stormswell, that is designed for single target, where it helps you generate more resources on single target, which is a good thing. So I don't know. This choice node's a little bit clunky, a little bit weird. I hope Blizzard maybe does some tuning on it. The rest of it feels fine to me. I think the rotation feels really easy and simple and fine. You're just filling in cooldowns when they come up. If Sundering comes up, you press it. If Doom Winds comes up, you press it. If your Feral Spirits are up, you press them. Otherwise, you are just pressing Crash Lightning, Storm Strike, and Chain Lightning, and they're all kind of feeding off of each other, right? Remember that when you press Chain Lightning, each target hit by Chain Lightning will reduce the cooldown of Crash Lightning, and then Crash Lightning buffs the damage of your next Chain Lightning as well. So there's some different synergies there. Or does it buff the damage of... What is hitting? Yes, you might have to take Converging Storms. Anyway, the point is that they all feed off of each other. Crash Lightning generates a bunch of Maelstrom weapon stacks. It feels good to play. I think it's fine. It is almost a little bit too simple in some ways, but they have gotten rid of some of the clunkiness already. Tempest seems to be fine. It's not screwing up my Deeply Rooted. If you're in a single target environment, then you're just pressing Lightning Bolt anyway, and so you're just getting those Tempest cash-ins over and over and over again, so it's not an issue at all. And it's again also not an issue on AoE, so that feels really good to me. So right now I would say that there is definitely a world where you can mess with the talents a little bit. You can drop things like Primordial Wave because you're going to be getting a haste buff from unlimited power anyway. So I think you can actually realistically spec into Witch Doctor's Ancestry and maybe go Alpha Wolf or go Elemental Assault, or you could go Elemental Spirits and hope to just get the Lightning Dogs to buff your damage even more. I think there are some choices here. You could still, in the top of the tree, go Lava Lash plus 2 points in Molten Assault, but then you would definitely be dropping something down here at the bottom, some damage procs like Storm's Wrath or Storm Blast or any of that kind of thing. I can't show you the damage because it just gives me a Lua error if you guys are wondering, so unfortunately I can't show you the breakdown. But that's the tree for Enhancement Shaman. My first impressions of it, I think it feels fine. Tempest is good. I think they need to work on the visuals of this a little bit, maybe buff them up a little bit. Once Lightning Rod starts working, I think this is actually going to dramatically change how this feels. You're going to be getting all kinds of extra funneling damage into the targets that become Lightning Rods, and that's going to be really exciting. It's also going to add a visual effect. If you've played Ellie Shaman, you know what the visual for Lightning Rod looks like. It's pretty cool. It's like this nice little cloud that kind of forms, and then a lightning bolt comes down really quickly. That is going to be neat visually speaking. But yeah, the tree seems fine. Couple of clunky things in the middle here. I hope they can work on that. Otherwise, it feels good to me. And I'm finally just excited, guys, that we can do a spec tree that does not involve Primordial Wave. I truly believe you will not have to take Primordial Wave in this build. You just don't have time to press any other buttons other than Storm Strike, Crash Lightning, and Chain Lightning. And that's how it should be, because that means you can proc Deeply Rooted more often, and it's just going to feel better. So thank you so much again for watching. Drop some comments down below. I'm going to continue to cover the War Within and bring you guys all kinds of specs. I've got like Frost DK I'm working on, Survival Hunter, both of those trees I'm working on. There's going to be all kinds of really cool stuff for the War Within. So stay tuned, and thank you again for watching. I love you all. I'll see you in the next one.